Guys, business rules run after form submission. After form submission. Okay. After form submission, the before business rules will run. So let us say you go to the shipping case form here. Okay. Okay. After form submission, you are filling all the details. You are filling all the details. You are submitting the form after form submission. After form submission. So now, so after form submission, the business rules will run, guys. Okay. Let me go to a whiteboard. We have whiteboards here. So consider this is actually a shipping case form. Consider this is a form, guys. So in the form, you have caller field, category, subcategory, subscription, short description, description, state. So you fill all the field values. You fill caller field value here. You fill category field value. You fill subcategory field value. You fill short description. You fill description. You fill state value. After filling in all the details, you will submit the form. Like you submitted the form here, you will submit the form here. Once a form is submitted, so once the form is submitted, it can be insert operation, it can be update operation, it can be read operation, query operation, or it can be delete operation. We have CRUD operations, right? So suppose you created the record now. Now you are updating the record. Okay, now you are updating the record. So it can be insert operation. Earlier we have created, now we have updated. It can be update operation or it can be delete operation. Okay, it can be delete operation. Anyone after form submission, it can be insert or it can be update or it can be query or it can be delete. Any operation. Okay. So submission means submission means it can be insert, update, query or delete. After insert, after update, after query, after delete. Okay. Then these values should be stored. These values, the values that you entered in the form should be stored in the database. Okay. The values that you entered here in the form should be stored in the database. After form submission, before the data gets stored into the database, before business rules will run. Remember this point, guys. After form submission, after form submission, before the data gets stored into the database, okay. Remember, you are filling all the field values, you are submitting the form. After form submission, before the values on the form get stored into the database, the before business rules will run. So that means after form submission, before business rule will run, and after running the before business rule, the data gets stored into the database. You are getting my point, right, guys? Everyone. Hmm? Okay. So before that, let me explain one thing. There are actually four types of business rules. One is before business rule, after business rule, async business rule, and a display business rule. So business rules run after form submission on insert, update, query, delete. Okay. Business rule run after form submission on insert, update, query, delete. So there are actually four types of business rules. There are four types of business rules. Before business rule, after business rule, async business rule, and display business rule. So if you go to the whiteboard that we have, so after form submission, it can be any operation. Before the values get stored into the database, the before business rules will run. So remember, after form submission, before business rules will run. And after running the before business rules, the data gets stored into the database. So here, the database is actually the main part here. Whatever you entered in the form, those values should be stored in the database. After form submission, before the values get stored into the database, the before business rules will run. So that means after form submission, before business rules will run, then values will get stored into the database. Okay. So this is actually about before business rules. After form submission, before business rules will run, data gets stored into the database. Guys, once the data gets stored successfully into the database, once the data gets stored successfully into the database, then after business rule and async business rule will run. After business rule and async business rules will run. Okay. So after form submission, before business rules will run, data gets stored successfully into the database. Once the data gets stored successfully into the database, once the data gets stored successfully into the database, the after business rule and async business rules will run. Okay. So that means before the values get stored into the database, before business rules will run. After the values get stored into the database, after business rule and async business rules will run. We have display business rule that will run every time when the form gets loaded. So every time when the form gets loaded, the display business rule will run, guys. Okay. So right? Every time when the form loads, the onload client script will run. So every time when the form loads, onload client script will run is what I told you, right? Isn't it? Okay. So the onload client script will run every time when the form gets loaded. But onload client script will run on the client side. But this display business rule will run on the server side. Business rules are actually server side script, guys. So like onload client script will run every time when the form gets loaded. This display business rule will run every time when the form gets loaded. But display business rule is a server side script. Onload client script is a client side script. Okay. So every time when I load the form, okay. So every time when I load the form, the Onload client script will run as well as the display business rule will run. Onload client script will run in the client side. The display business rule will run in the server side. So you guys are clear when exactly which business rule will run and all? Huh? First of all, you have to understand is after form submission, before the values get stored into the database, the before business rules will run. That means after form submission, first before business rules will run, then the values get stored into the database. Once the values are stored successfully into the database, the after business rule and async business rule will run. The display business rule will run every time when the form gets loaded. So till this point, everybody is clear or not? Guys? Okay. So before that, we have to understand some things here, guys. Before that, you have to understand something here. Script execution order in ServiceNow. Script execution order in ServiceNow. So guys, in ServiceNow, scripts will be executed in an order. Okay. In ServiceNow, scripts will be executed in an order. Okay. First of all, first of all, um, when I open the form, when I open the form, first onload client script will run. Onload onload client script will run. Then on change client script will run. Sorry. After onload client script, onload UI policy will run. Okay. Guys, here remember one thing. I told you, client scripts are UI policies. Which one will execute first? Client scripts are UI policies. Which one will execute first? I told you already. Client scripts. So you can see here, first onload client script is running. When the form is opened, first onload client script will run. Then onload UI policy will run. Then on change client script will run. Then on change UI policy will run. Okay. Then on submit client script will run. Then on submit client script will run. Then client side UI actions will run. Then server side UI actions will run. Okay. Then server side UI actions will run. After that, after that, okay. Mm, before business rules will run. Before business rules. Before business rules with a less than 1,000 will run. Okay. After that, after that, after that, some other scripts will run. Before business rules, greater than 1,000 will run. So similarly, okay. after business rules with less than 1000, after business rules with a greater than 1000. So here before onload client script, we have query business rules will run. Query business rules and display business rules. Okay. So after before business rules, let me just show you. Okay. So this is the script execution order, guys. This is the script execution order. First, the query business rules will run first. As soon as you open the form, as soon as you open this form, first query business rules will run. Then display business rules will run. Then onload client script will run. Then onload UI policy will run. Then on change client script will run. Then on change UI policy will run. Then on submit client script will run. Then UI actions will run. Then before business rules will run. Okay. So after server-side UI actions, before business rules will run. Before business rules with order less than 1000. After that, before engines, the following are executed in a specific order. Approval engine for a task or sys underscore approval underscore approval table. Assignment rules engine, data policy engine, escalation engine. Okay, these will run. These will run. Okay, these will run. First of all, less than 1000 business rules. Before business rules with less than 1000 will run. After that, these will run, and before business rules with a greater than 1000 will run after running these scripts. Okay, so the scripts follow some order, guys. Scripts will not be executed. Scripts will not be executed randomly. Scripts will be executed in an order. This is the script execution order, guys. These are the script execution order. Okay, you can see email notifications are running uh, after business rule. Okay, so we are discussing that the scripts will be executed in an order. So there are actually two query business rules again. As soon as you open the form, there are two query business rules. So which query business rule will run first again? So based on the order that we have, so order with the, again in the query business rules, you have order. Again in the display business rules, you have order. Again in the onload client scripts, you have order. Again, in the onload UI policy, you have order. So as soon as you open the form, you have two query business rules. Which query business rule will run first? So then order with the order with less number will run first. Order with the highest number will run last. So similarly, we have display business rules. So as soon as you open the form, first query business rules will run, then display business rules will run. In the display business rules, you have three display business rules. So out of these three business rules, which one will be executed first? Order with the less number will be executed first. Okay. So in every script there is a field called order field. Based on the order, which one will be executed in the script and all you can define. So have you got an idea, guys? Script execution order in ServiceNow? Hmm? Just to have an understanding that scripts will be executed in an order in ServiceNow. Scripts will not be run randomly. Okay. Okay. So we also understand about a script execution order in ServiceNow. Okay. First of all, first of all, we'll now start discussing about this before business tool. We'll now start discussing about this before business tool. Okay. So guys, as we all know, as we all know, in the ServiceNow table, record can be created in how many ways? In ServiceNow table, record can be created in how many ways? In ServiceNow tables, how many ways we can create the record? No, Deepika. Okay. So let me duplicate this one. In ServiceNow tables, how many ways we can create the records, guys? You tell me. In ServiceNow tables, how many ways we can create the record? From the Excel sheet, we can create the record. From the form, we can create the record. From the script, you can create the record. From the email, you can create the record. Okay. So from these many sources, you can create a record on the ServiceNow tables, isn't it? Hmm? Did I tell you or not? Hmm? Did I tell you this one or not, guys? Tell me. So in a ServiceNow table, record can be created from different sources. Form is actually one of the source. Excel sheet is actually one of the source. Script, email, record producers, external systems, virtual agent, chart. From these many sources, you can create the record. Okay, fine. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, so you created a client script. You created a client script. So whenever you change the color here, the color detail should be automatically populated here. The color detail should be automatically populated. Okay. So it is populating the color details like email, location, department. But this client script will only work from the form. Okay. This client script will work only from the form. I'll show you. I'll show you. Let me just I'm selecting the color as Uday Gadiparthi. Whenever I change the color here, color email, color location, color details are getting automatically populated. Okay. So then unchanged client script is working fine here. Okay. So here the client script has worked fine here. Okay. Now you go to the record, shipping case records, all shipping cases. What is the number here? 1282. 1282. This is the one. You can see caller email. So location and department. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am creating this same shipping case record. I am creating the same shipping case record from a different source. REST API, Explorer. So the client script will not work from here, guys. The client script will work only from the form. Okay. I'm selecting shipping case here. No, you have to choose create record. Then table should be shipping case. So here I'm providing color here, guys. Okay, I'm providing color. Color details I am providing here as Uday Gadiparthi system ID. I'm populating Uday Gadiparthi system ID. Enter category, subcategory, short description. What else we can fill here? Short description. And description also will fill. Okay. So then software, Windows, test record, test description. Okay. So it has created a finance case. It has created a shipping case record, guys. You just take the number here. Take the number here. So you provided the caller, but caller email, caller location, caller department is populated here. You provided the caller email, caller location, caller department is populated or not? So that means a client script is only working from the form. The client script is working only from the form. Okay. In that case, in that case, whenever I select the caller email, the caller department, the caller location should be populated in the database from any source, not only from the form, not only from the form, from any source, the caller email, the caller location, the caller department should be populated. So then what I am doing is I am going to deactivate that on change client script on the caller field. I am going to deactivate on change client script on the caller field. Right click, configure client scripts. Okay. Now we'll see if the caller values are populated here or. So now I am selecting the caller. The caller details are populated here automatically. No, right? I deactivated the on-change client script. I deactivated the on-change client script. Okay. So now what I am doing is, as per my client requirement, whenever you enter the caller email, caller location, caller detail, the caller department should be automatically populated from all the sources. If it is from only the form, we can write a on-change client script. If it is from the form, we can write only on-change client script. The caller details should be populated from all the sources. The caller details should be populated from all the sources. So in that case, what should we do? What should we do? That is where you can go for before business rules. So this before business rules will run before the data gets stored into the database. So here the data can come here. The data can come here from the form. The data can come here from the different sources. The data can come here from REST API Explorer. The data can come here from email. The data can come here using scripting, not only from the form, guys. Before business rules, before business rule will work for all other sources. So instead of that, what I am doing is I am going to create a before business rule on the shipping case table. Okay. The before business rule will work for all other sources, not only on the farm. Before business rule will work for all other sources. Okay. Before insert, or before update. Okay. Then you have to check this advanced checkbox here, and you have to select before business rule, insert or update. Then you go to the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, so here guys, you have two objects, current object and previous object. Current object and previous object. So current object, you all know what exactly it does. Current object will hold the form field values. These field values are stored in the current object. So here the current object refers to the current form field values. The current form field values. And previous object refers to the previous values. Previous values in the sense, now the current value is Uday Gadiparthi, right? If I select any other value, Akhil will become current value and Uday Kishore Gadiparthi will become previous value. So that means if you use current dot u underscore caller, if you use current dot u underscore caller, you will get Akhil Sai name. If you use previous dot u underscore caller, you will get Uday Gadiparthi name. You will get Uday Kishore Gadiparthi name. So similarly, if I select category, now the current value is software. If I change it to hardware, hardware is now the current value and software is the previous value. If you use current dot u underscore category, you will get hardware. If you use previous dot u underscore category, you will get a software. You understand it, right, guys? Everyone. So current object refers to the present values, the present values. So if you change the hardware to enquiry, enquiry is now the current value, the previous value is hardware. If you use current dot u underscore category, you will get enquiry. If you use previous dot u underscore category, you will get hardware. So previous values are stored in the previous object and current values are stored in the current object. So in the business rule, you have current object and previous object. So now what I am doing is current dot u underscore, or you can use current dot set value u underscore email comma some xyz I am keeping. Okay. Email. So what are the field names? U underscore email, u underscore location, u underscore department. U underscore email, sorry. U underscore location, U underscore department. So here caller email, caller location, caller department should be populated here, right? So I can get caller value where caller is equal to current dot U underscore current dot get value U underscore caller. Okay. So you are getting the caller value. You are getting the caller value using current dot get value U underscore caller. Guys, business tool is a server side script. In business tool is a server side script. In that you can't use G underscore form dot get value. G underscore form is a client side API. So G underscore form dot get value is actually a client side API, client side function. So business tool is a server side script. You can only use server side script here. So that is why I'm getting the caller value using current dot get value U underscore caller. And caller email I have to populate here. In the email field, I have to populate caller email, caller location, caller department. So there is a concept called dot walking concept in ServiceNow. There is a concept called dot walking concept. Okay, dot walking concept. What is this dot walking concept? We can always dot walk reference fields. You can dot walk the reference fields. You can dot walk the reference fields. Okay. So what do I mean by dot walking the reference fields? So here caller is actually a reference field. I want a caller department. What I will do? Current dot U underscore caller dot department. Okay. So here, if I want caller value, I will use current dot get value. If I want caller value, I will use current dot get value U underscore caller, or I can use current dot U underscore caller. If I want caller's department, caller is a reference field, right? You can use dot department. And also, if you take a look at here, caller is a reference field, then I will use current dot U underscore caller and U underscore caller dot department. And here, the department is also a reference field. Department is also a reference field. Again, you can dot work this one. Okay, department head. So I want caller department head. So U underscore current dot U underscore caller dot department head. Department head manager also I want. So department head is also a reference field. So again you can dot work this one. Again you can dot work this one. So department head manager. So dot manager. So if you want to caller department head manager, then you can dot walk and get the value. So current dot U underscore caller dot department head dot manager. So maximum you can dot walk 4 fields, guys. Maximum you can dot walk 4 fields. Otherwise, it will cause some performance issue. Okay. So you can dot walk only reference fields. You cannot dot walk other fields. So caller is a reference field. Current dot U underscore caller dot department. So department is also a reference field here. Again, you can dot work this. Department head. Department head is also a reference field here. Again, you can dot work. Again, manager is also a reference field. You can again dot work this one. But maximum 4 fields are actually recommended. Current dot U underscore caller dot department head dot manager. Okay. So here what I am doing is I am using dot walking concept here. Okay. Caller dot email. Caller dot email. caller dot location, caller dot department. So that I have created a business rule. I have created a business rule. This is actually before business rule. This is a before business rule. This before business rule run before the data gets stored into the database. This before business rule will work from all other sources. This before business rule work from all other sources. Okay. So then what I will do? What I will do? So now first I am trying from farm. Okay. So I am selecting Uday Gadiparthi name. So email location department value is not populated. Okay. Okay. So it is saying undefined, undefined. So something like that undefined you are getting. So there is some mistake that we have done here. Okay. Instead of using this line, current dot u underscore caller dot. Okay. Now this should work. So we can't do dot working in the client side, guys. We can't do dot working in the client side. Now I am trying to update the record. You can see caller email, caller location, caller department is populated through the before business tool. I am creating new record. You can see caller email, caller location, caller department is automatically populated through the before business tool. So similarly, I am going to create record from API. From the API also, the before business tool will run. The before business tool will run. It will populate. This is the shipping case number. Go to the list. You can see email, location, department is populated from the API Explorer as well. That means before business tool is working from all other sources. Well, the on-change client script is working only from the form. Do you understand, guys? Hmm? Whereas UI policy work from only from the form. Client script only work from the form. Okay. Well, here data policy will work from all other sources. Before business rules will work from all other sources. Before business rules will run before the data gets stored into the database. So here, what is it doing? Here at the before business rule, we are populating the caller email, caller location, caller department. Earlier, we are populating the caller email, caller location, caller department in the on-change line script. But the on-change line script is working only from the form. When you create a before business rule, it will work from all other sources. Before the data gets stored into the database, it will add email location department, and those values will be stored into the database. Okay. So we will see a few other examples in tomorrow session, guys. Any questions in the meantime?
Yeah, hello Uday.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Anikar. Actually, I seen on in online about service automation. What is service automation?
Service automation. What is it about?
I just want to know. I don't know about that service automation. It is an automation tool or something related to service now?
It might be integration between ServiceNow and another application.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Uday.
Yeah.
Uday,
Yeah,
I have
and
doubt regarding flight date time.
Yeah,
Shall
please.
I share my screen now?
Yeah, you can.
Here in form, I have created this field. So here I have restricted to select past dates. So it is working fine. While I am selecting weekend, if I select Saturday, it is taking. If I select Sunday, it is not taking the value.
So you wrote two logics?
No, I have wrote one logic in same script include.
What is the logic that you wrote here?
This one.
The start date is greater than no.
Greater than today.
You have taken the selected date, you have taken the current date.
Yes.
You have taken the current date. The start date is greater than the current date. So starting date is greater than current date means if it is a future date.
Yes. Yes.
If it is a future date, you are again checking
It is weekend or not.
weekend or not.
Yes.
So
maybe that is, logic issue, Uday.
yeah, logic issue on that. Yeah.
Yes, if condition.
The if condition you have to write equal
Yeah.
to not equal to 6
I've
or
written not equal to 6
you
and
have to
7.
use R I believe.
No,
If you
as per
no
my
like
understanding, Uday. Sorry, continue.
yeah, Uday, if you use not equal in not equal to case, if you use R, then it may take. If I select Saturday, it will approve for Sunday, right? If we use R condition.
No. Here you have to use in the 94th line. You have to use d value is equal to weekend or something like that. Weekday or something like that. You have to take.
Okay.
Yeah, Uday, in 93, what he was checking for, it is as per the condition, day is 6 or 7, right?
No. His logic is different here. If it is not Saturday, not Sunday, it is a weekday. Else it is weekend. That is what he has
Yes.
written.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If it is not Saturday, not Sunday, see, Here
Uday.
you have, what is this D value?
D value I'm storing this if it is greater than today, if it is future date, I will store the D value will return as future date. If it is not
No,
if
no.
it is
Here
less
you
than,
have to write. Here you have to write weekday. Okay, the value is getting overridden here. That is the problem.
okay,
You are getting my point. Your
yes,
logic,
yes,
you have to change the logic completely.
okay.
You have to change the logic completely.
Then if I want to get these two things in same script, then how should I write? Okay?
No, 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 no. Let me just take the control here.
Yeah, sure.
You have to take two variables here. Okay.
Okay, I have commented that out.
Is weekday. I am taking Boolean
Okay,
values. Okay. By default, I am taking false.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Then here I am keeping is future date is equal to true. I'm not able to copy paste. You can copy paste this one.
yes, yes, sure. This one, right?
Is equal to true.
Okay,
Okay, hold on. Use some spaces. Okay.
okay,
And here you have to mention is future date equal to false. Okay.
okay,
Is weekday is equal to true.
okay,
Is weekday is equal to false. In the return,
okay,
is future date plus I'm using some special character.
okay,
Okay. So here, if it is future date,
okay,
you are passing these two statuses, true or false here.
okay,
In the client side, you have to split it using this symbol.
okay,
Okay. So is future date yes and is weekday, then only it should accept. Okay.
okay,
If both are true, is future date is equal to true and is weekday is equal to true, then only it should accept. Else it has to clear the field value.
okay.
Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll do it.
Okay, fine. So today's concept is clear for everyone, right?
Yeah, yes, Uday.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll be discussing again before business rules. Okay. Tomorrow we have a session.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys and see you there in tomorrow's session.